On the 15th of November 2022, Nio celebrated its 8th anniversary, which, ladies and gents, the CEO of Nio announced or highlighted some of the important milestones which they are still to achieve in the coming future. They can let those that are learning from them or competitors that are learning from them to run faster than them, which is why the CEO's main objective, or one of the main things that he discussed on that anniversary event, was that Nio plans to grow much faster. Nio plans to continue ramping up their production. But before we get deep into this video, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now I really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you do enjoy the content that I'll be giving you about the news that we read coming out from the CEO of Nio, William Lee, as to the kind of development or as to the kind of things we can expect in the near future, which I personally believe that, in my personal opinion, these are some of the things that should make you to remain long, strong onto this Nio stock. Instead of panic selling your Nio shares, you should be definitely increasing your holdings onto this Nio stock after, of course, you hear the kind of news that William Lee announced on Nio's 8th anniversary. Now, one of the things that he said, without a waste of time, on that event was that they cannot let, or Nio cannot let, the competitors or those that learn from them to run faster than them, which is why they are doing a lot and lots of projects so that they can be able to position themselves to lead this fast-growing EV industry. Now, another thing that, of course, the CEO of Nio mentioned was, of course, its sub-brands, or two of its sub-brands that it plans to, of course, start with the deliveries within the next 2 years, and one of them being the model called Alps. We already know that Nio has been stressing the point, or giving us that one of the things that they need to do to lead this fast-growing EV industry is not only to sell vehicles of high premium end, but is to also cater for the mass market, which is why Nio, ladies and gents, is coming to introduce these new brands that will be sold for their mass market, which, ladies and gents, one of them, we already know that, like I said, it's called Alps, and Nio plans to start with the deliveries of this Alps model within the next 2 years, which is something that must just show you the kind of a potential that lies within the Nio stock. Now, another thing that the Nio CEO stressed on that event is, of course, their plan to penetrate 25 countries worldwide by 2025. This is one of the things that so many of the investors are really looking forward to see, because in some of the other European countries, or some of the countries outside of China where Nio is selling their cars, we are seeing Nio doing really good or really well in terms of their sales. I mean, yesterday in Norway, we saw Nio reaching a total deliveries or total sales of 122 vehicles just for the month of November, which is once again a new monthly record, which, ladies and gents, must just show you that not only is Nio doing well in China, but it is also doing well outside of China, which is why I always say that Mizuho's securities last year indicated that 30% of Nio's total revenues will come outside of China. And looking at the kind of reception that Nio has outside of China, and that is in Europe, which is the first destination that Nio is selling their cars, ladies and gents, Nio is just set for greatness. Now, one of the most important thing when we talk of overseas market that the Nio CEO also mentioned or announced is that they are still planning very much to enter the US, and that is, of course, by 2025, which is something that obviously must just make you to say that Nio, once we got to see them selling their cars in the US, are definitely going to also get a lot of attraction there, because I know for a fact that when I look at the streets of Twitter, that Nio has got a lot of fans or a huge number of fans in the US, which makes me want to think that it will also do very good. Well, and looking at the kind of EV penetration also in the US, I think Nio is positioned to also succeed in that market, which is something that is incredible and something that obviously must just make you to see once again the potential that lies within this Nio stock. Now, the way the CEO of Nio has confidence in his cars or in the Nio cars, he mentioned a statement or uttered a statement saying that those people that drive BMWs, once they go and drive Nio, chances are very high that they won't be going back to drive BMWs. This is the kind of quality, this is the kind of confidence that the CEO of Nio has when it comes to his cars, which is just something that must just show you that Nio is selling top quality cars, and not just only cars but also the kind of service that they give to their users or clients. It is out of this world. Not many car companies offer a service that Nio offers to its clients, which is one of the things that, ladies and gents, will make Nio to stand out from the other car companies worldwide, which is what the one thing that also makes me to believe that Nio will be, or that statement made by the Nio CEO of saying that by 2030 they plan to be in the top 5 automakers in the world, it will come to pass, because, ladies and gents, this is a company that not only do they sell quality cars but also the services that they give to their clients is of top quality, and that, my friend, is something that will make Nio to succeed. Another important project that obviously Nio mentioned was the Nio phone, which obviously it is set to be launched next year in 2023. Now, the reason why, obviously, though the Nio CEO didn't give much reason on this 8th anniversary event as to why are they going into the Nio phone, you remember that few months ago the Nio CEO indicated that the reason for them to go into the phone business was obviously for the people that buy the Nio cars to buy a phone that can easily communicate with their cars. I mean, he mentioned, or some of the things that he mentioned was that, of course, Apple, you can imagine that if Apple is to start selling or producing their first car, or maybe start selling their cars in 2025, and their cars could easily communicate with their phone, imagine the kind of attraction that will be to the people. This is one of the things that will make Apple to be able to stand out from the other maybe EV competitors or automakers, which is why Nio is ahead, and they can see what companies like Apple can do when they finally start selling their EV cars. And Nio, it is already planning, or it is already planning to start selling this kind of a technology that enables the Nio users to be able to use the Nio phone to communicate with their cars, which I think personally it's a brilliant idea, because this is one of the things that, ladies and gents, whether we like it or not, these automakers, this EV industry technology is moving towards that side, especially to those that want to separate themselves from the rest of the ship pack, which is something that obviously makes me to be really excited, knowing that in 2023 we'll get to see the Nio phone out there to the Nio users that will be able to communicate with their car using it. Nio currently has around or approximately 30,000 employees, and one of the things that the Nio CEO said about this was obviously they are not planning to cut down their employees. Employees don't have to worry, because Nio is a company that's growing, and the growth obviously will come with more and more employees. And this, ladies and gents, it is one of the things that obviously excites me, especially investing into this Nio stock, because I know that most big companies or some companies are cutting their employees, but Nio, not only are they maybe keeping their employees, but they are continuing to hire more people. And this, ladies and gents, just has to show you the kind of confidence that Nio has when it comes to the future. Now, another important thing that the CEO indicated was, of course, that Nio will be producing, or is definitely in the near future going to start producing their own chips, producing their own batteries, which is something that is incredible, because you will remember, or the Nio CEO indicated that 40% of EV cars, or 40% of the cost of EVs is batteries. Now, if Nio can be able to produce their own batteries, it will help them in terms of gross margin. If Nio can produce their own chips, it will help them in terms of gross margins, because chips, or these EV cars, are made by lots and lots of chips, and if Nio can be able to produce that in the near future together with the battery, then it will definitely boost their gross margin. It will easily make them to, of course, make a lot of money from the cars they sell. Nio is a company which is just set to do very well, and those that are loading the boat, increasing their holdings, are definitely going to be rewarded. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you this quick update as to what is it that we got to read about the Nio's 8th anniversary, which obviously the CEO made a speech there. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me. And before you load the boat, increase your holdings, please do make sure that you do your own DD so that at least you can get comfortable when you are investing onto stocks like Nio. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.